recording. And I'm going to share my screen. Oops. All right. Well, this is the value of PRSA membership when you need it the most. My name is Grace Giras, and I am here with Nia Carter-Redding, and we are the PRSA Buffalo Niagara membership co-chairs. We're both going to be speaking a little bit today, so we're happy that you're joining us. All right, so what we're going to cover today, we're going to talk about some professional development opportunities that you could take advantage of, especially now in like a virtual format because we're all stuck at home. We're going to talk about how to stay up to date with industry information, share some different resources available, and then talk about some ways to get involved in the Buffalo Niagara Chapter. All right, to begin, like I said, we're going to talk about virtual professional development opportunities. And we're going to start by talking about certificate programs. So these are online certificates of completion, and they are designed to educate communicators on all different kind of constantly evolving practices. They talk about all different kind of programs. You can get them in examples like measurement analytics, reputation risk management, and leadership communication. These are kind of, like I said, certificates. I want to note these are not an accreditation. This is very different than an APR, but it's a great way to brush up on any skills that you may not have been using or learn something new to show that you can do certain things. And these are available, takes about 7 weeks to complete, and you can kind of do it on your own time. So it's pretty nice. If you're kind of a night owl, you could work during the day and then log on at night and do it at your own pace. Kind of similar, we have on-demand trainings. These are very alike the certificate programs. In fact, you could take some online trainings individually that together are a part of their certificate program. They're online trainings to develop and expand on your skill set, and each one is about an hour in length. And very similarly, you can take these whenever you want. So if you have a lunch break or a slow day, you can just hop on and take advantage of these. There's all different examples. Some of these include integrated communication campaigns, creating content that works, and a definitive guide to PR writing. These vary in price. Some are around maybe $60. Some can get a little bit higher if they're part of a certificate program. But if you go to PRSA.org, you could take a look at all the different options available and browse through to see what matches up with what you're hoping to learn. All right, we also have a ton of webinars. Webinars are awesome because they're free for PRSA members, and normally they're $200 for non-members, so that's a great value right there. These are each an hour in length, and what's great is you have access to all the upcoming webinars. You could take a look about what's going to be coming up, but you can also look back at old webinars. So again, anytime that you're free and you want to brush up on something, you could take a look at this. These are provided by national at a national level. So there's all different kind of experts from all over the country. Ton of different topics, some that are coming up. There's one about decoding Gen Z if you want to learn how to reach that audience. AP style writing rules, those are constantly changing. So you might as well brush up on the new best practices. And even stuff like brainstorming techniques if you're feeling a little bit stuck and you want to start doing something new. So I definitely recommend checking these out online. And then lastly, we have case in point. So these are interactive case study presentations. They cover a variety of topics. They're by different companies. Their length is about 75 minutes as a presentation. And they also come with a summary of a case study that you can keep and kind of reference after the fact. But this is great just to see what other successful companies are doing and see if you can model this in your own company. So I definitely recommend taking a minute to check out these as well. Okay, so now Nia is going to talk a little bit about youth and career resources. Nia, just make sure you unmute yourself for this.
Got it. Thank you for reminding me though. So thanks, Grace. I know many of you may be familiar with my PRSA, but Grace, can you turn to the next screen? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Thanks. So I know many of you may already be familiar with my PRSA, but it's always a great reminder to check it out and see what new resources are available on the website. So the My PRSA portal allows you to join any discussions on industry's hot topics in our members only online forum. So within the forums, you're able to post questions and concerns, and any of the 21,500 members can respond. I actually was able to take a peek into the forum earlier this morning, and I seen that one of our members was looking for recommendations on agencies that conducted surveys for one of her clients. And within 2 days, she had received 4 different recommendations. So I share that as an example to show how active the forums are and that it can be a valuable resource if you are looking to gain some insight on a particular topic. And also my PRSA is where you can update your profile to engage in the online community and customize your communication preferences. Okay. So in publications and news, PRSA has plenty of publications. It's easy to get them confused, so I'm going to walk you through each of those briefly. Strategies and Tactics is PRSA's print newspaper, and that helps you stay up to date with the latest news, best practices, and other information. PRSA is a blog that serves as an extension of Strategies and Tactics. PRSA Newsroom holds all the press releases and news stories. Issues and Trends is our daily e-newsletter. And PR Journal is a free open access resource with academic research and information. And on to professional intersections. So another resource you have available are our professional intersections. So the professional intersections are communities that are focused on your specific area of expertise. So there are 14 in total. Some include higher education, technology, public affairs, and financial communications. So these groups provide specialized content such as newsletters and training opportunities. So some sections even hold in-person annual events, which allow you to network within your particular industry. So these intersections are a great addition to your membership package as a whole. In fact, PRSA found that members who join a professional intersection find more value and have a 10% higher retention rate. And one of the most valuable aspects, I believe, of my PRSA is the Job Center. So if you are looking for a new gig or you're hoping to find someone to hire if you are an employer, the PRSA Job Center is a great resource to connect employers and job seekers. So if you are a job seeker, you can set up notifications to receive job postings when they become available in your area. I know for myself, obviously being that I'm a part of the Buffalo Niagara Chapter, I receive emails whenever job listings are posted in the region. So this keeps me up to date with the options and positions available, and I can refer those, and sometimes I do, to my friends that are in PR, and if I know they're in the market for a new position. The Job Center is also provides career articles if you're seeking up-to-date information, again, for your particular industry. And lastly, Grace is going to talk to you about what Buffalo Niagara is up to.
All right, thanks, Mia. Yeah, so let's talk a bit about the Buffalo Niagara Chapter. We are one of PRSA's 110 chapters. We have roughly 145 members, so we're very proud of that. We're one of the more medium-sized chapters. So very similar to the professional intersections that Nia were talking about, National found that members who are a part of and involved of their local chapters are way more likely to find value in their membership and stay more engaged and have better retention rates. So it's highly recommended that if you aren't a member that you do join. Plus it's a great way to actually meet local people and get to know them. We have a ton of events. Traditionally, we like to do about one event a month. Obviously, things are kind of different right now. So we're experimenting with different things like these virtual workshops right now. We hope to do more. So we invite you all to follow our social media channels to stay up to date with that. Now is also really a good opportunity to look into your APR. There are some workshops available. We have an APR chair, Angela Bertoli. I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher her last name. But it's a wonderful way to show that you are skilled in public relations and have that accreditation. And now is a good time to kind of start thinking about if you want to submit any awards for the Excalibur Awards. Traditionally, those are in the summer, but those have been rescheduled to the fall. So we will submit, or we'll share information on how you can submit. But start thinking about it because you guys do great work and you might as well be recognized for it. And then, of course, a great way to be involved is by joining a committee. By far, that's the best way to get value out of a membership. That's how you meet people. That's how you gain new experiences and really grow your network. I know I personally find that to be the best part of my membership. I was super involved in college in PRSA, and then I joined right after I graduated PRSA, immediately joined a committee, and then that opened up doors for me as a membership chair and also a seat on the board of directors for our chapter. And it's even how I met Nia. Nia joined right away after she graduated. We went to Fredonia but didn't know each other. But as soon as I found out about her, I knew I had to bully her into joining my committee. And so just kidding, I didn't bully anyone. She joined on her own, but it's been wonderful. And here she is now as a co-chair. So it's honestly a great way to get involved with the chapter. I highly recommend it. And it's a great way to meet a ton of people in the area. I know I can only speak for myself, but I've talked to so many other people who have had great relationships for life. So it's kind of an additional benefit of being involved in the Buffalo Niagara Chapter. And kind of to wrap it up, I want to let you guys all know about a membership promotion we have running from now through the end of July. If you join as a member, you can get a wage initiation or reinstatement fee, and then a free chapter membership, which is traditionally $50. So this is a wonderful opportunity. It's one of the best promotions of the year. And all you have to do when you sign up is use the code chapter20. And we'd be happy to share that with you on social media as well as email. So keep on lookout for that, whether if you want to get involved or if you know someone who might want to join. But that's it. So I'm going to open it up if anyone has questions. Can you guys still see my screen or no? No.
Yes.
Anyone? Oh.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What is the commitment to being a part of PRSA?
The best thing about PRSA is your commitment is totally up to you. Some people are members and they maybe attend 1 or 2 events a year, very low commitment. Some people are super active. They join multiple committees, they're on the board. There are no requirements. It's really just up to you. So I recommend, taking the time to think about it before joining, but really you don't have to feel tied down to anything.
Cool.
Grace and Nia, what are some of the committee opportunities that are available for people to participate in?
Yeah, so we have a lot of great committees. Nia and I, of course, are on the membership committee, but we also have an accreditation committee for anyone looking to get their APR. We have programming committee opportunities for anyone who wants to be involved with planning events and different programs for our chapter. We have an e-communications committee, so if you like to get involved with social media or email or any kind of web work, that's a great opportunity, as well as any kind of website redesign. We also have, I think you could have like a treasurer's subcommittee if anyone wants to help Marcine with the numbers. Always looking for help there for future treasurers. That's a great position to get into. And there's a PRSA liaison committee, so that works with their local schools. That's the one that I joined right when I graduated. It's a great one, especially for new professionals, because you're kind of connected with both the students and the professionals. It's a great way to get started. We all do kind of events. We do different networking opportunities as well. So there's a lot of great things there. Does anyone have any ideas of ways that we could do some more virtual programs like this? Anything that you as members are looking to learn more about or connect with people on? You don't have to feel pressured. You can also reach out to us with ideas at any time. Like we've said, this is kind of experimental. We're doing this as we can to provide any kind of information resources to everyone. I think we got a chat from Renee. Do you know how much the online certificate costs are, and can you talk about the value of being part of the PRSA membership? So the certificate costs do vary. Like I said, I think some are lower end, about 60, some are a little bit higher, about 100 or so. It really depends on how many courses, or I'm sorry, how many pieces are part of that course and how long it takes. And all of those individual prices are listed on the website. And I think you want to know the value of being part of the PRSA membership committee, and I absolutely love it. I like to talk to everyone. So I like being on the membership committee because I can reach out to people, see what they're up to, see what they want out of their membership. I check in with everyone, usually once or twice a year, to see if they're up to date with their dues. I like to be a part of this committee as well because we host happy hours usually when we can be in person, and that's a ton of fun. It's a great way to see everyone. And honestly, just to meet people and try new things. I know that sometimes we get not stuck, but we're in positions where you only do certain things. And so committees like membership committee are a really great way for you to expand on that. I know I personally was in kind of a content focused role in my last position, and I got a lot of event experience by being the membership committee chair. And so having that helped me when I applied for my current position, because part of that was events and engagement. And being young in my career, I didn't have a ton of opportunities to have all those experiences in a real full-time professional job. But being a part of a committee and being on the board still gave me an opportunity to expand on my skill set. Oh, one more. Can you email information about the cost of membership? Absolutely. We will follow up with everyone on this call to let you know about how to join. But just off the bat, a membership for a full-time member is $260. And then that's for a national price. And then the Buffalo Niagara Chapter dues are $50. But right now those are being waived if you use that code Chapter 20. And then as well, the reinstatement or initiation fees are also being waived. So our initiation fees are traditionally $65, so you won't have to pay those. And the reinstatement fee is $35. So if you know someone who was involved maybe a few months ago and lapsed in membership for whatever reason and they want to get back involved, now is a great time to do so because you could still take advantage of that promotion. Yes, the presentation will be made available to everyone after the call, Marcine. We are recording it, so you can watch me be awkward anytime you want. Where and when might the recording of today's webinar be available? So definitely we'll share this with you guys. We'll do a follow-up with the link to the recording and links to all of these things that we talked about. I know we covered a ton of different topics like online certificates and different webinars. So what we'll do is we'll do a link for each of those so that you can directly reference where to find them. And I don't think there were any other questions in the chat. But is there anything else you guys want to talk about? What are you guys doing virtually for your companies? Is there anything that is or is not working?
I'll go. Obviously it's tough with COVID. I mean, there's so many limitations on what we can do, but at the same time, it has opened up some avenues to revisit past projects or things that were maybe on hold. I know with the Smokers Quit line, we've just launched a new sort of vodcast series, if you will, called Quickcast, with timely topics that we can have both through audio and video, relative to quitting smoking. And the first edition just came out on smoking and vaping with relation to COVID-19 and what healthcare professionals should know, et cetera. So, we're doing more with that. I just had a call before this with partners of ours out in New York City, and we're going to be participating in a week-long sort of virtual conference of sorts on different topics. So lots of things happening with Zoom. That is that is for sure. But I think the important thing is, is just to keep busy, keep being a resource, and stretch the creative boundaries, find ways to keep on getting the messages out and get better connected. If anything, I would say for me personally, as strange as this whole time is, I've found that I've actually been busier after the first couple of weeks of kind of wondering how we transition and everything. Since that, it's just been these past, I'd say 2 months in particular, just been crazy busy. So it's interesting to say the least. I would recommend, if it's not too proprietary, when this video is over and recorded, this would be great to host also at our website, and perhaps even some snippets or all of it through social media as well, just in case anybody wasn't able to make it today but is wondering about the value of membership. I think this is a great comprehensive recap. And certainly, I mean, I've been a member for almost 15 years now, and there were some things that even I didn't know. So thank you again for doing this.
Of course, I'm glad that you found some value in it. And Cassie, if you don't mind, I'll follow up with you about doing some of this on social media.
Perfect.
Yeah. That's a great idea. Thank you, Tony.
I'm having a lot of Zoom meetings with my boss. It's been it's been very good. But I will say, starting a new job, it's very hard to figure out what everyone does in the organization during this time. It's, you can't go down the hall and like ask a quick question. You really have to be very targeted with your communication and really try to absorb way more than I feel like you typically would to start a job. So yeah, but so far so good.
Well, that's good. That's awesome to hear. Yeah, it's interesting because people keep talking about how one thing that might come from this whole experience is that people do become more comfortable kind of working in these more remote settings and doing more Zoom calls and different virtual ways to host meetings and events and stuff like that. So it's a great learning experience for everyone. I mean, even us as a chapter, we may look into keeping these kind of virtual events, even if things do go back to normal. Because it's easy to hop on for an hour or so, half hour, and talk to people. You don't have to worry about driving and parking and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully that is something that comes out of it. Do you guys enjoy these kind of like short webinars? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Is it useless? Some thumbs up. Good, I'm glad to hear it. Marcine, thumbs up. Thank you, Marcine. Nia, is there anything you want to add?
I did want to add why I get value out of PRSA. I would say for me, coming from PRSA, transitioning into PRSA and joining a committee, I was able to get involved right away. From going to different happy hours and speaking to other members that haven't joined a committee, but they're a part of the local chapter, it seemed as if, they kept asking me, well, how do I get value? I feel like I'm not getting anything out of my membership. So of course, I encourage them to join a committee, but it's definitely, I would say, open so many more opportunities, obviously, to meet everyone on this webinar right now, but also to learn how to network being fresh out of college. And just, I don't think I would have stayed in PRSA as long as I have if I hadn't joined the committee. So it's definitely value in joining and being more involved.
Yeah, I could not agree more. I think that's the case for a lot of people, to be honest. People who have stayed a part of the chapter for decades tend to be the ones who, at least at some point, held some kind of position or was a part of some committee.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? You can feel free to email us any questions. We'll include our emails in the follow-up email for all of you if anything pops up after the fact. But like I said, we'll include all the different links to the stuff that we discussed today, as well as the recording, and Cassie and I will connect about sharing some of this on social media. But if that's it, it's 12:30 on the dot. So I'd say that we stayed committed to our time frame. But thank you all for joining us today. And I hope you guys can enjoy some of this beautiful weather. Maybe work outside a little bit. That's what I'm doing. All right. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.